We're number one.
Jimmy, this is being a cheap ass. You know, I'm like, damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens to our podcast first.
Right, we're the best. You know, they say people that cuss are moronic, so I'm an honest motherfucker. Put the fish away, Reggie.
It don't even hurt to get birthday.
Not for me.
You got your lights on?
Nothing to it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I want to do it.
I wear them. I got one on right now. You want to see?
Jimmy and Geek. Madhouse Bar Talks, baby.
That just a bunch of shit, if you ask me. That ain't make no sense.
Good morning, Madhouse Bar Talks. How you guys doing this morning? We're doing just good.
Just good.
Just good. That's it. No better, no worse. Just good. Trying to figure out if we're online now, because as I went to go do it, of course, things are perfect. We do it, and then, boom, an error pops up on my screen, and I don't know what that means. So I have no idea. This is our normal, everyday thing, I guess. It's just the way it is. I guess it says one concurrent viewer. Are you on yet?
Just now, so I don't know if it was before you said that.
Huh. I don't know what the hell's going on. It says end stream, so I'm assuming we're streaming.
Yep,
But
I see it.
does it look good or does it look okay? Now it says 2.
I look good, yeah.
Even without your light on?
No, it's on.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. You're in the middle of the screen again and everything, too?
Not really. I need a scooter. Let's see.
You should have came to the white trash party last night.
Oh, my God. I was so tired.
We had a lot of fun. We were hanging out, freaking playing some good music. The music was good last night. I was jamming. Donnie come over there. So I set it up. I basically took our Roadcaster that we use up here, and I had that set up down there, running right into the amps, and I'm playing the music or whatever, and I have the white trash playlist. I took some time. I made a whole white trash party playlist, you know. So I go through and I hit it, let it play. Everything's good. Nobody's complaining. Everybody's happy. It's all good music. It's not like, I mean, it's like a lot of like, you know, hair band and like it's just good music. Like just flat out good music mixed in with some funny shit like white trash and stuff like that.
So who ruined the party?
No, that Donnie comes over, and I'm nowhere near it now. I got my iPad Bluetoothed into the Roadcaster, and it's just playing over there, and I'm just ignoring it. I'm enjoying myself. Donnie comes over, he goes, where do we make requests?
You should have said in the restroom.
I'm like, request? Do I look like I'm behind a DJ booth? Get out of here. And then he goes, well, can I go mess with it? I go, I'm on a Pandora playlist. Don't mess with that shit. Who knows what would happen, you know? I ain't risking that.
Everybody's going smooth. Somebody always got something to say.
Always somebody got to mess with my vibe.
Yeah.
But that was, it was chill. It was pretty good. Freaking Ogle, man. He always has some of the best ones.
Oh, yeah.
He looked like Malibu's Most Wanted. You know what I'm talking about? What's that kid's name that played in that movie? That's what he looked like, Malibu's Most Wanted. He come in, he had aluminum foil on his teeth.
I don't know where the hell this guy comes up with this shit, man. It's funny though.
Oh man, I was dying laughing. He had me, and we got a picture of him, but it wasn't the greatest picture. It was an okay picture. It wasn't like a. It wasn't. I wish you could see it the way I see it.
I'm
when
sure
it come
somebody
in.
got better pictures.
Yeah, he come in with like his hat sideways or whatever, and I mean it was funny, but it wasn't like
over the top like it usually is.
No, I mean it was funny, but it wasn't like it didn't have that the picture. I mean, you know what I mean? In person, it was freaking hilarious. When I seen it in person, I was dying laughing. But like the actual like photograph that we got of him, it's whatever. It's you know.
Yeah.
Not the greatest thing ever, but but it's funny though. But there he is. That's a picture of him there. He's got, you know, and Amanda's got a bathing suit with my picture all over it, like on the titties and on the hoo-ha. And then that's Misty, our neighbor that lives across the street. The one on the right there.
Yeah, I can't see it that good.
You can't see it because it's too small.
Yeah.
The view. Yeah. That's what happens. You're on your phone, right? Looking at it.
Yeah, you took my monitor.
You never had a monitor. What are you talking about?
The laptop was right here.
Oh, the laptop's out my bike.
Yeah. But
yeah, I mean that monitor was delayed anyways. I think we need to get a live monitor to you like we had, but like where we were talking. I think that'd be a good idea. I think. I don't know.
No, but you say, look at this, and I look, and I'm like, I can't see it.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking I'm talking to everybody else but you.
Oh, thanks. I might as well go home.
That freaking that party was fun though. We had a good time.
I wanted to come, but I just committed myself too much stuff yesterday.
Donnie didn't come dressed. I mean, kind of. He came in work clothes with a hound dog, so I kind of was like he might have won. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
Ogo really participates in all that shit.
Oh, he's good at it too. He's always getting the AJ he did. And, oh my God, that was all of them have been pretty good.
Which one do you think is the best? We already talked about this, but I think that when he did Dave was pretty good.
To me, it's definitely How. I think it's still How. Dude, when he did How, I mean, I don't know how many times I thought it was How. Like, I literally looked over, and it's like, when you looking at him, like, face to face, like we are right now, you don't think he looks like How. But when you're, like, walk through the bar and you see him over there, he looks like How. It's like, it was wild.
I think the Dave Uos is the one that got me.
And actually, with the stilts, the freaking Rick one was pretty good.
All of them, yeah.
Everybody on there, everybody was like, when we posted the picture of that, everybody's like, is that Rick? Everybody was saying that. I swear to God. That was pretty good too, actually.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Everybody's got their favorites. I think that Dave was the best for me because I was walking through and I just kind of glanced and I thought it was Dave, and then I realized it was. I said, "What the hell?" It was pretty good.
So when you're watching it right now, you're watching it on YouTube?
Yeah.
That's good. That's the best way, I think, to do it, I think. Everybody needs to go that's listened, that needs to go to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then that way they'll be able to see it. You know what I mean? When it comes up, it'll like actually notify. I mean, it's not like it's a paid subscription. It's just subscribe to the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And it helps us out. Share it with your friends, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Gets views. We were getting the most views of everything on there. Although I put that video up because we went to see Jelly Roll Wednesday, and Oliver Anthony opened for him, which is that Richmond, north of Richmond that we played when it first came out about a year ago. Mm-hmm. We played it when it first came out. He went viral, and his video that I recorded of him doing Richmond, north of Richmond, and he talks for a minute beforehand. I posted that video. It's like at 140,000 views on TikTok. So that's the most we've ever had. We've never broke the 100,000 range actually with anything we posted. Bill was close, but not like that. That one with Bill was still pretty good though. I still think it'd have been cool to do one where we get him like where he cracks it and then comes in shaved in the Rolls Royce and stuff. I think that shit would have been funny. That'd have been a good one.
It'd have been good.
It'd have been a good. It'd have been a good one. That'd have been a good. That'd have been a good.
So we ain't doing the debating kind of thing today.
Why?
Because I worked all week. I ain't.
You don't know how to stick up for your girl Kamala.
I got somebody that'll do it.
You know how I know Trump is right more than anything? Because Kamala's using his campaign. She's like, I'm fixing everything on day one. It's like
everything Joe did.
No, well, yeah. I mean, it's like, aren't you in office right now?
Right. But the yeah, it's like I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna fix everything. Well,
and day
Joe's the one that's in there right now, so you're fixing what he's done.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
It's because they're using Trump's campaign. She's like, no tax on tips. Like, it's literally Trump's campaign. It's funny. That's why the whole point of it was the whole spin, because when Trump says it, they make it out like it's this horrible thing and nobody can get to it. But when she says it, they're like, the media gives it this like, oh, what a great idea. Their big thing now is that the only policy that she's basically put off, that's the other. She keeps saying she's going to fix the border. It's like, that's for sure the one thing you were in charge of. For sure, that's what Joe Biden put you in charge of. You're going to fix it on day one. But the thing she keeps saying, she says she's going to give $25,000 for everybody that buys a house. I think a first-time buyers only, though, maybe. $25,000 down to put down on the house. Which is all that's going to do is raise the value of the houses, the property values. So that she said she did. That's just different of Trump. Trump hasn't said he'd do that because that's stupid. Because it's just going to raise the property values basically, and the last thing we need is property values to go up.
They're crazy right now. Crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I seen that Lorraine County on average is 40% higher. That's what they raised them on average across the board, 40%. Dude, that's like your value of your house doesn't go up 40% in like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all of a sudden we're going from 1 year to the next 40%. Bam.
I don't understand.
That's huge. I said it, dude. I said it right when we were doing the whole thing with the shutdown and all that shit, and they were spending all that money that they were spending and everything. I go, that's how they're going to get. They're going to freaking raise. They're gonna make inflation so high that the debt doesn't look like nothing anymore. And that's what they're doing. That's where they're at. And now wages have to just catch up because wages are not there. They're just not. They're crazy out of spite. You get to. I was looking at that 99. I think it was 99. Average household income. Now, that's 25 years ago. It's a long time ago.
35.
44,000. Household income, $44,000. Now, at that time, I was a union carpenter, and my wife at the time didn't work, and I made $48,000. So I was above, just working by myself with no wife working. I was above with the carpenter. Now it's like six figures. It's like a household income's like 100 and something or whatever. And a carpenter's only making like 60 something. So 70 maybe. Well, not even 70. If you don't do overtime, it's not even 70. It's like 68. You know what I mean? 68, 69. With no, and that's without. And so if you compare the two, household income that just tells you right there. We're like one income is not even keeping up at all. But the problem is everybody's working two incomes. That's the problem.
Two.
Well, husband and wife.
No, I'm talking they're working more than that.
Yeah, some of them got two jobs.
Side shit.
Yeah, side jobs, two jobs.
It's like, damn.
That side job shit's gonna go down too if they
never gonna happen.
If they stop getting rid of if they get rid of cash.
Don't matter. You'll trade.
You'll barter.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I would.
I don't know, man. Bartering don't pay your bills.
Sure it does.
I don't know about that. If there's no cash, that's the problem. That's what they want. They want that cashless society.
They'll make something else currency.
That way you can't freaking go hide what you're buying.
You'll be getting a basket of fucking corn or something.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's true.
That's like taking us back in time if you do that.
Yeah,
That's
somebody's gonna have a garden. They're gonna need a roof. You're gonna put the roof on. You're gonna get a basket of
that's not
fucking
good.
apples and.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Fuck that. No.
Shit's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's what they want. That like cashless society. That cashless society scares me. That's just too much. You know,
That's too much government. Is what that
way
is.
too much. And you're talking about. I mean, you used to not even pay personal taxes. I still feel like we shouldn't have to. I don't think we need to. I think that personal taxes, like on your wages and shit, I don't think that should even be a thing. Especially when they're taking and sending billions and billions to fight other people's wars somewhere. Fuck that. Why are we doing that? I just don't. I don't understand why we do that.
I don't know.
Constantly sending people money, constantly, and it's people with money. I don't get it. Like, I mean, there's a lot of broke motherfuckers around here that could use some money, and you're just taking all our money and taking it over. And in fact, I'll take it. Not even taking our money because we're giving away money. It ain't our money. We're like giving China's money away and just in debt for it. Like, what the hell? What kind of sense does that make? But they need taxes. They don't need taxes. If you can go in debt to send them fucking monies, then you can go into debt to fix our shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, sounds good, but there's got to be reasons for it.
What do you mean?
Ally kind of shit. I don't know. I ain't into that politics shit.
I'm not talking about politics.
It
I'm
is
talking about
politics.
my money.
It goes
Fuck
back
that.
to politics. Who's the-
Taxes.
Yeah.
I want
all
my
that.
fucking money back.
Government, taxes, fucking.
It's ridiculous.
Mm.
It's absolutely ridiculous when you consider the fact that the dollar gets taxed so many times over and over and over. You get taxed once you earn it, when you spend it. You know what I mean? If you buy a house, you get taxed. Everything gets taxed. It's fucking crazy, and it's over and over. And it's like, I gotta believe at some point they could just have some sort of this is the only tax. Like,
How's about a couple years of just like a relief? Quit taxing people for a couple years. Let them catch up. Jesus Christ. It's horrible.
I don't know about that even. I can understand, okay, when you buy a car or you buy fuel or you buy tires, that you take those tax dollars and work on the roads. I get that. I gotta understand. You know what I mean? There's taxes that go to the roads when you buy gasoline and stuff like that. I get that, but why do we got to pay property taxes and city taxes? And I mean, I get for schools. I get it. There's schools, but
Yeah, but that's what the lotto was supposed to be for.
that's
right?
what I was gonna say. And you're telling me the lottery ain't making enough money to cover the schools? Them
And then the
motherfuckers are
schools,
killing it.
remember there was a couple years ago, there was like this big block on sports because they didn't have enough money for they was doing fundraisers for their uniforms and shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what goes on. That's how they, and then they shut you down, and then they say, oh, we're shutting sports down unless you pass a levy.
Right.
And then they saddeningly get you to the point where you go, okay, fine, we'll pass
we'll
the
do it
levy
for the kids, blah, blah, blah.
because it's only going to make my taxes go up $30.
Right.
Then they come around and reappraise your house 40% more, and then you go, so now not only did it go up, they get 40% more.
Right.
When the truth is, if they wanted more money for the schools, all they had to do was go reappraise your house from the get go. But they want to make sure they suckered you first.
Yeah. They probably
Fuckers.
laugh about it.
Yeah, they have to be.
Got him again.
Got him.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what? Your boy, though, he is your boy. You don't even know he's your boy because you aren't into politics, but he's your boy. Robert Kennedy Jr. He just joined the Trump. He's basically endorsing Trump. He was out on stage with Trump. But you know his big thing, right? He's got one real thing that he goes after, and that's it. That's the one big thing that matters to him. It's the only thing that matters to him, and it's the FDA.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, that's all he cares about. He's like, this is bullshit. This is like, that's ridiculous. They're funding everything. They're paying for this. They're paying for that. He goes, it's bullshit. He said they should. He goes, the FDA and CDC or whatever. No, CD. What is it? I forget what it is. All that, he said, they're funded by the big companies that are making the foods and stuff. That's who's funding their programs. And he goes, of course they're going to let them do what they need to do.
Bill Gates is probably on their fucking board.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's basically what he's saying. Yeah. So that's a plus on your end because they want to put, but then Trump's like, I seen it. I don't know how real it is, but I saw Trump put, should we make Bobby Kennedy the head of the CIA? Dude, that would be fucking crazy.
Mm.
They killed his dad. They killed his uncle. And the CIA is, I'm pretty sure, who did it. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm 95%
That was Jim Tucker that
sure.
Said that, not me.
No, believe it, dude. I'm not alone in this. I think everybody believes that.
Well, come on.
I mean, everybody. And I think that they just tried to assassinate Trump too. They just took, what was it, 5 people? 5 people are off. They're on Secret Service. They're on duty now. On whatever, off duty, whatever you want to call it.
Suspension.
Suspension, that's the word. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but yeah, like 5 people. Yeah. They said that they spotted him 45 seconds. They knew he was there with a gun at the edge of the roof, and they let him stay there until he took a shot or 2. That's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy.
But yeah, if they made him the head of the CIA, that would be fucking crazy, dude. Because I mean, emotions get in there, dude. You're not gonna get like to see what actually happened to your dad and your uncle, and not lose your shit and show everybody.
Nah, he probably already seen all of it.
No, I don't think so. Every time they bring that out,
those guys are so connected. Come on.
Everybody who's ever opened that up decides to close it again. Because it's supposed to be out. We're supposed to see it already. It was supposed to be whatever it was, 35 years or something. We were supposed to be able to look into all of that. Everybody closes it back up, Trump included. He opened it and closed it too. Everybody has opened it and said, nah, the world's not ready to see this. That's fucking crazy.
It's because of the aliens.
It's got to be the CIA. They say they set up Nixon too, the CIA. That's what they say.
Mm.
They got too much power. I think that would be perfect. Put him in charge of it. But I mean, if his big thing is the FDA and stuff, I think there's another spot for him, right? I mean, let him go attack that food shit.
Yeah, that's why I think everybody needs to open their eyes to that shit.
No, that's what he says. That's his big thing. That's his huge thing, though. But I mean, that's all he's worked on for like 10 years is trying to fix that. That's all he wants. That's his big thing. I actually like him. If I thought he had a chance, I would have voted for him. But he didn't. He never had a chance in it. You know what I mean? But that's the first Kennedy to ever endorse a Republican candidate. I mean, Kennedy has been synonymous with the Democratic Party always. That's a Democratic family. That was for the Democratic Party. That was, always the way it was. And he's the first one now. He moved out of the Democratic Party, went independent for a little bit, and now he just moved over and he's helping Trump. I would bet you he ends up on a Republican ticket at some point. That's crazy. But that's Trump like uniting the country. I'm just saying. Pulled one Democrat over. Everybody else seems united, except your uncle.
No.
Uncle Fernando.
Oh,
He's still holding out. He's still holding out.
Not only him, a lot of people.
Where? You see people that are?
Man.
Do you really? I don't.
You really want to debate somebody?
Do I really want to debate somebody? I'm not a debater. I don't want to debate nobody. Why?
Why? You wanted to do it with me? I don't know nothing about politics.
We weren't supposed to debate it. That's not what we were doing. We were going to spin it.
Spin it.
Yeah, we were going to say, like, if you were going to do the news story and you were going to do it for Harris, how would you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we were trying to do is spin the headline, basically.
Oh, okay.
The way they do.
Okay. Let's see. You said, okay.
I don't want to debate. I'm not a debater. I don't want to debate nobody. I'm no Donald Trump. I would be like him, though, if I was in a debate. Yeah, you're ugly.
Yeah. Don't do it with Fernando. He'll go crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. People don't like him because he's mean or whatever. But I don't know anybody who really doesn't like him, honestly. Anymore. There was people that were like saying, "Oh, he's mean and this and that," and it's like now that people are just like, "Oh, nah, he's telling the truth. He's all right." People are just like they've had enough. I think this economy and everything is so fucking fucked up and everything's getting so out of hand. I mean, cars, dude. So there goes another example. When I was making $48,000 a year in the union or whatever, in '99, when that was like the average or whatever it was, so a car, like you could buy a truck back then for like $15,000. 15, yeah, 15,000. That's 4 times that price right now.
Shit, at least.
And a house was like a nice house was like 150.
Yeah.
That's 4 times that right now. You know what I'm saying? But wages are nowhere near 4 times that. Not even close. Like that. They said it. I remember them saying like back right when I graduated high school. I remember hearing that they want to separate like the rich and the poor. They don't want a middle class. They want it out of there. You know what I mean? Completely get the middle class out of there. And I thought, over time that might happen. But goddamn, it feels like shit skyrocketed overnight. You know what I mean? Like literally feels like things went like in 3 years, tripled. Everything, cars, everything.
The cost of everything just went up.
You went from paying $45,000 for a vehicle to $70,000 for the same vehicle in like 3 or 4 years. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. But then you got to work harder. Then you're grumpier, and you ain't got time to watch the politics. That's what it is. They don't want you to. They don't want you to watch them.
Yeah, that's right.
Just get to work. Make me my money, motherfucker. But yeah, I think that's cool. FDA is going to go down. Pretty sure.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, you got a good point with that. I mean, that's one thing I do give you credit. That's like they do a lot of fucked up shit with our food. And our just the way we look. You know what I'm saying? Like just like you've seen those videos, those pictures that are all over the internet, like a beach in 1974 and a beach in 2024. You know what I mean? You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like fucking everybody's skinny, 6 packs.
Right.
Now they're like just fucking whales, all of them. And then everybody's on the politically
Including
correct. Yeah. I'm up. Yeah, I'm fuck. I haven't been dieting. I'm up 10 pounds already. I got to freaking go back on my diet. Fucking 10 pounds already. Like it was nothing because it's the foods we're eating. We're eating garbage. Everything we're eating is.
We ain't got nowhere to go. There's no natural good foods around.
No, not unless you're like growing your own and if you're working hard. And if you're working, I mean, I could eat that garbage when I'm working hard and I stay lean. But you got to be like
but lean
working
still
hard.
Ain't healthy. It doesn't matter. You're eating it.
No,
garbage.
it's not healthy. No.
Like we talk about health and we're smoking cigarettes like a freight train.
I mean, my grandfather, he smoked cigarettes his whole life. He was like 96 when he died or something like that, and he smoked his whole life.
Yeah, but he wasn't eating his garbage. So
no, he lived in West Virginia back in the woods. He'd be chopping wood when he was in his 80s. He was fucking splitting wood and shit. Like, you know what I mean? He was working. That physical activity, you can't.
Right. That'll
keep your health going regardless. That physical activity will do it every time. But I don't know if it's like my mom. My mom is by far healthier than my dad. My dad worked all the time, but my mom just. She don't stop. My mom just,
moving.
Yeah, she never stops, dude. She's always like, whether she's doing yard work or cleaning a house or something. I mean, she will get into like going on a computer and stuff like that, or maybe watching shows a lot. But a lot of times she doesn't even have cable at the house. Like in the summer, if she did pay for cable, she wouldn't shut it off in the summer, and only in the winter she'd have it, because in the summer. She's just outside, you know what I mean, doing this or doing that or whatever. Even if it's just washing dishes. She comes over and visits. She, like, does the dishes, cooks food. Like, she just doesn't stop, you know. But where my dad, yeah, he works hard, but when he gets off work, he just lays on the couch, you know, or did. Now he just lays on the couch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He broke his back. He don't want to have surgery. He said, nope, I'm going to heal normal. He goes, everybody I know has had back surgery. They're in really bad shape. He goes, I'm thinking if I just let it heal the way it's supposed to and whatever, I don't think I'll be any worse shape than they are. It's not hard to argue. That's a pretty good argument, I think. I mean, it's not a bad argument. I honestly kind of, I don't know. I mean, I feel like God is a better surgeon than anyone else, right?
also gave us surgeons.
Did he, or was that Satan?
No. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I feel like the whole medical field is all
That's another whole
horrible.
different subject. That's crazy.
I think that's a bigger problem than the FDA medical
I think
field.
they're both the same.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Not the same company. I'm just saying the same.
But it's probably the same company.
Probably. But I'm just saying they both got the equal fucking crookedness. It's just so crooked.
I just feel like there's too much. Like they have you like where you're always scared, and everybody's always trying to go to the doctor and the how. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's
I'm gonna
constantly.
tell you the whole problem with the country in one word.
Do it. One word. One.
Let me see.
It's gotta be one.
It's lobbyists.
Yeah, I know that's true. That's
what
true.
it is.
Yeah, they should cut that out too.
That should be illegal as fuck. I don't even understand it.
Did you
It's
see
so
Theo
crazy.
Vaughn's interview with Bernie Sanders? That's what he said. That's like he's like, yeah, lobbyists are like horrible.
That's the whole fucking problem with the country.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree.
That's it. There is no other problem.
I
You get rid of
don't
that
disagree.
shit. You get rid of that shit. Make it illegal to do that shit.
They spend huge money.
Yeah.
They get these like super PACs where they like just dump in money for things that they want and freaking.
If you got
give it to everybody.
multi-billion dollars sitting there at your, disposal, and you tell somebody, "Hey, push this issue so I can make more billions," and you got so much money where you could be like, "Here, I'll support your campaign, and I'll give you this after and all that shit." That's all it is, and it's like,
Yeah,
bribing.
Harris, once she became like the presidential candidate for them, it's hundreds of millions. She's got so much more money in her campaign than Trump. It's not even funny. They just shooting money to her, tons and tons, and it's all like you say, lobbyists, big PACs, and super PACs, and all
of them
that
do
stuff.
It's not her. It's all of them. Every one of them.
And Trump don't do it.
I'm sure he's got something vested in it.
I don't think so. Trump is not have that. It's not on. I mean, it's just he's pretty much like he's funded by his donations are private donors, like individuals that are donating, like you or me or whoever. That's the most he gets, and then his own money.
Whatever. But
He's the only president that is worth less after being in office by a lot. He's the only one ever. Ever in the history of all the time, he's the only one worth less after he became president.
But you could also say because he was expecting to win the second time.
Oh, he was going to make his money on the second run?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he had the money. I think he feels that the Trump organization, the family, the kids and everything, I think he feels like if he gets the country right and ripe, that they can make the money off of it themselves. They don't need to like do anything else.
I think his kids made a lot of money when he was in office.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Where? Show it to me.
I ain't got all that info.
That's not true. First of all, one of them was working in his office, was working with him. And the other one was running just the Trump organization, but it went down. Net worth went down.
Their net worth went down?
the Trump organization's
I'm
net
talking
worth
about
went-
individuals.
Yeah, I don't think they made money. You're confusing him with Joe Biden. His kids got a lot of money when he got in office.
No, I'm not confusing.
I think you might be. No, that not that I'm aware of. Not that I've never heard anything of that sort ever.
Well, I usually don't make shit up, but
Yeah, but you listen to the shit they put on the news. How do they do that?
you listen to shit on the news too. What are you talking about?
No, I don't. I listen to the news, but I don't believe everything I hear.
I don't either. What have I said that I believed?
That Trump's kids made more money when he was in office.
That was almost like a question. I'm saying, like, damn, I'm like, am I right? Like, did I hear it right? Did they make more money?
Well, they say that, but how's that work? Like, okay, you got freedom of speech. We could say whatever we want.
Okay, wait a minute.
Theoretically, right?
So if you look up his daughter right now, well, yeah, his daughter, his son, or whatever. Look at their net worth before he was president. Look at it now.
We can. We could do that. We could look that up. But
Then I'll be like, damn, told you.
I don't think so. I mean, they're going to go up in net worth probably to some
We'll
degree,
say-
but
yeah,
not
we'll
like
say a percentage.
not
Okay.
ridiculous
Well, then look it
amounts.
up.
I don't. Not
Let's
that
go.
I'm aware of. Trump's children before and after. Trump's children's now I know Barron's worth a ton, because he just turned 18. I know that.
That's different. We'll leave him out of it. Go with the daughter or the other son?
He's got a good family, man. He's got good kids. That's got to say something about you. The kids are just all pretty good.
His daughter's fine. But anyways, go ahead.
The second one, the one isn't though. The one is just the.
I don't care. I don't even know what you're talking about. The one I'm talking about is fine.
All right, which one of Trump's kids has the highest net worth?
Yeah, go. That's smart. Go with that
All right,
one.
we got that question there. What's that say? The rundown of Donald's kids. Okay, who cares? I don't care about that. But who's got the most net worth? I don't know, dude. This is a lot of reading for me.
Man, it's a simple question.
Donald Trump Jr. is worth $350 million.
$350 million.
Yeah.
What was he worth before he was president?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's look that up there, buddy.
Donald Trump Jr. has an insane net worth of around $350. Most of this, that he is one of the executive vice president of his father's company. But okay, so now all we got to do is Donald Trump's net worth 20. We'll do what 20. When did he get it? When 16. So Donald Trump Jr.'s net worth in 2015. Donald Trump Jr.'s net worth in 2015. Boom.
$20.
No, it's not $20. By far not $20.
I bet it's around 500 million or 50 million.
No, I doubt that. Well, for one, I think he took over the Trump company when Trump went into office, I think. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's that. You know what I mean? Like, Trump was running it.
You're getting away from the question we're having.
I'm trying to answer it, but this damn thing don't go there. It's not that. It's not. Google is just a piece of shit.
How dare you?
They are. They're just, I mean, we're on YouTube, which is their platform, but man, what a piece of shit.
Why?
I don't see it. It does not. I don't know. It says she knows. Why am I in a page that says she knows?
Because
to
she knows.
Answer this fucking question. Let me copy this. Let's see. This is stupid. Yeah, we got to go somewhere else. I don't know why I'm on something called She Knows now. This is stupid.
Because the women know everything, especially about money.
Yeah, my ass. Donald Trump Jr.'s net worth 2015. All right. And don't go to She Knows. Forbes Facts. That sounds better. Let's check that. It says they're individually, but this is in 2019.
What's it say for that?
It says they're individually. Ivanka's worth $25 million. Donald Trump Jr. $25 million.
So 25 to what'd you say?
No, but listen. But the Trump organization is worth 375. So when you factor that in, so I don't know how you do that then, because I don't know how much they got of that. So they were worth 25 on their own, and then the Trump organization is partially theirs, and it was worth 375 at the time. So I mean, I don't know. 324 is what this says right here. 324. With a total of 759 for all of Trump's holdings.
In what year?
2019. Didn't give me 2015.
That's the question. That's what
I get it, but it didn't give it to me.
Okay,
And I don't know what you want me to do, dude. To be online and just fucking searching on Google, I'm not doing it. But that's what it's giving me. But I mean that as far as I know, the only way that Donald Trump Jr. has made a lot more money is because he took over. He's the one who took over the Trump organization. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, he's going to be worth more now because he probably gets paid a shit ton from the Trump organization because he runs it now, where it used to be Donald Trump running it before he ran for president. Because I don't know how that works. Are you allowed to still own like your company or run your company and be? I don't think you are.
You still are, but it's just.
I think you can own
name.
the holdings, but no, I think you can have like the. I think you can have the holdings of it, but I don't think you can actually run the day to day. I don't think you have time to. Anyways, if you're running a country,
Right,
I mean, I just don't even think you would.
Yeah, you're asking somebody to be a president, and then they're gonna be, well, I gotta go do my side shit. You know, that's just not good.
Yeah, right.
There is no side shit when you're president.
But yeah, could you imagine you've got a fucking new like hotel being built? Like you're in the middle of a hotel, and there's like, you know, some fucking stupid inspector that comes out and says, you know, well, we don't really care for the way you've got this. We want this done instead. And then all of a sudden the plumber's arguing, am I supposed to do it? Or is the carpenter supposed to do it? Is the electrician supposed to do it? Who's supposed to do this shit? And you got them arguing and fighting about it. Meanwhile, you're trying to figure out whether or not Iran's about to drop a nuke, but you're like, God damn it, I'm going to lose a shit ton of money over here. Like, that would not go well, I don't think. Yeah. That would be a pretty bad situation.
Here, handle this. I got to go to my building. Shit.
I mean, it just, I don't know. That's the whole thing. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how that whole world works, but I mean, I believe that he's worth more today than he was in 2016. I mean, fuck, it's 8 years ago.
No, I get that, but I'm saying the dramatic jump. Yeah, I think they're getting a little something too. It's just the way it is. You could be like, oh, he's not taking any money. Yeah, he is somewhere.
Well, I'm not saying I think that the country will do better. Everybody will make money, especially businessmen under Trump for sure. Because they want that, like, well, she's like saying she wants to fucking, she wants to go after all these companies for price gouging. Like, you can't do that. Like, literally, she's trying to go after the food industry for price gouging.
Why can't she?
What do you mean? But show how it's price gouging. Well, show how it is. I mean, gas is a lot more money. Your electric bill has tripled. So if I'm running a factory, my electric bill has tripled. You want everybody's wages to go up. And when I raise my product's cost, you're going to tell me I'm getting no bullshit. It doesn't work that way. If your profit line is the same as it was 10 years ago, percentage-wise, then oh well, that's how it is. And most companies are working towards a percentage. You know what I'm saying? Like they're working on a 20% or 10% or whatever it is. They're working off of profit-wise. And from what I understand, like the food manufacturing end of things is like a 2% profit margin. I mean, fuck that, dude. And you're going to say that they're price gouging? But you got to, no more minimum wage employees. We want everybody to be making huge money. You know what I'm saying? We want this, we want that. And then,
We're just going to tax you more, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because they want as much money to come in so that debt don't look like shit. That's the whole game that's running. That's the whole thing. But I don't know that anybody can fix it. Like they say, like Trump, I don't think Trump can fix it, honestly. Like that, like the price to wage differences right now.
Fix it.
I don't think so. Warren Buffett's like, he's selling shit too. You know what I mean? He's honest. But I mean, I just don't know. Like, I honestly don't know if he can fix it. I mean, how do you fix that? Like the fact that things are going up, how do you fix that? I mean, if you've got all these electric cars out there, electric bills are going to go up. There's a whole new electric grid that has to be funded somehow.
That's not going to work. It's over with.
It's not over with. They're still going to have them. They're not going to dominate it.
No, like they was planning on it. They was like everything's going to be electric, but it's not.
They're trying to, and I mean, it may go. It's definitely a lot of it going on, but I don't think it's going to be. Either way, it's not going to. Either way, it's a lot of electric stress on an electric grid that was already at its max. Right. I mean, the country's like growing by however many million a frickin' year. So all those people need electric too. I mean, it's just that the electric grid is not what it was, and I mean, it's it needs to be upgraded probably all the way across. Yeah. Especially if you're going to try and fucking tack on. I think they said like one charging is like replaces like a city. One charging station is like the equivalent electricity of a city. Like that, I can't even fathom that. Like, you know, it doesn't make sense to me how that can even be. Or a city block. Maybe they said a city block. They might have said a city block.
Fuck that.
But I mean, all I'm saying is how do you go after them and say they're price gouging in a capitalist world? See, that's the whole problem. If you want competition, is how you keep prices down. That's it. That's how it works. I mean, supply and demand. That's the whole point of a capitalist system. You can't set the bar and say, "Oh, this is what it is." End of story. You can't charge more than that. You know what I mean? Then people just stop making. Then what? We just buy it from China is probably what would happen. You know what I mean?
And maybe somebody lobbyists for that.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Whoever's getting China money, yeah.
Well, anyways, that's how you fix shit. You stop that lobbyist bullshit.
I think, honestly, the biggest problem in America, in my opinion, I know you're on the FDA thing. My thing is the medical thing. And my thing, the reason I think it's the medical, I think that the medical is a problem. And it's not even really the medical that becomes the problem. I think it's insurance. And it's the frivolous lawsuits. I think that you could do more for this country by getting rid of frivolous lawsuits. Not getting rid of them because, I mean, people should get money for stuff. I mean, if something's really, truly there. But, I mean, people getting filthy rich because shit happened. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it just, it makes it to where now that everybody has to pay for it. That's what happens because the insurance is so high that they can't even work no more. Like they can't even, like I think I've brought it up on here before. The doctor I went to when I was a kid, he used to like have like a house converted into a doctor. He was like a physician. He was on Oberlin Avenue when I was a kid. You probably went there too, actually.
What was his name?
I can't remember his name. I was trying to remember it. I don't really remember what it was.
What nationality was it?
A doctor? I don't know. He seemed white. I don't know. I don't know what.
That wasn't my doctor.
No, what was your doctor?
Chinese.
Oh, he was Chinese? Really? I don't. Then he had his own practice like that? Mm-hmm. But they don't have practices like that no more.
The little private ones all over? No.
They can't afford insurance. And that happened when I first got in that house, the one that Anthony has now, when I first bought that house. That was when it started. He was closing his doors because his insurance went up at that time. Now, that was 99
to $12.
When things were 48. When I was making 48,000, like we were just talking about, 24 something an hour in the Carpenters Union. But he went, his insurance at that time, medical insurance for him to have insurance, went up $80,000 a year. Went up $80,000. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I just can't do it. And then I was talking to like some architect, and I was figuring it out. Like the lawsuits are so high that what happens is they have to
compensate somewhere.
They have to gang up together. That's why all the doctors are in a firm, or architects are in a firm. They can't do their little private practices no more because you can't cover the cost of the insurance. But if you eliminated the frivolous lawsuits, all of a sudden that disappears. Medical costs disappear like drastically because it doesn't cost as much for medical if they don't have to pay that much insurance on it. I mean, I think it solves a lot of problems, a shit ton. I mean, it was back then, like in 2001, I could get medical insurance for a whole family because I had the company. A whole family was like, cost me like, I think it was like $300 a month for their whole family. And that was great insurance. That was a Super Med Plus where they paid for 100% of coverage. And that was like $250, it was $400 for Super Med Plus back then. And then all of a sudden now, like it's jumped to where it's like $1,200 and it only pays like, 80% after a $6,000 deductible. Like it's a huge difference. It jumped that fast, like as soon as Obama went in office, you know what I mean? It started skyrocketing with his whole, because Obama set standards where they couldn't there was no pre-existing conditions couldn't be considered. Back then, if you had a pre-existing condition, you had to pay big money for your insurance. You know what I'm saying? And so now nobody's allowed to discriminate for you for that. Nobody's allowed to discriminate because you're a woman. Nobody's allowed. But it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if it costs more for a certain person, then they should pay more. Not everybody pays. Actually, everybody's paying as much as that person would have paid back then now. You know what I'm saying? It don't make any sense. But it's insurance, I think, and that comes down to lawsuits, I think. I think the lawsuits are the biggest problem with all of it, is just the lawsuits. And I'm not saying if something happened, you know what I mean, that you wouldn't or shouldn't get, compensated. But, I mean, that's the biggest expense is insurance for everybody out there. I mean, you're talking medical, architectural firms, attorneys, everybody. They're all have to worry about getting sued. You know what I mean?
I think it was way more when we was younger. People was always sue crazy. I don't think it's like that as much now.
Oh no, you're wrong. That you're 100% wrong. And not only that, the numbers are astronomical now compared to before.
Well, there's more people now.
No, I'm talking about like the lawsuit. Like I think before, I remember like a carpenter would lose his finger, and it was only worth, like, if you lost a finger, it was only worth like maybe $80,000. You know what I mean? Now it's millions. You know what I mean? Like if you sue because they did something that made your finger fall off or whatever. I don't know what. I'm just making up something. But they had prices on, like, there's certain things in that. You know what I mean? And it depends on what you make. It's all set up for that kind of stuff, the basic stuff, but not like the, malpractice, like where somebody dies or something like that. But I mean, it's definitely something that cost every American every day when they buy insurance, when they buy medical, and it's mostly because of our judicial system and lawsuits and stuff that go on.
Well, that's when you get a good. That's what lawyers and all that shit's for. If they got a good lawyer, then they fight it, and you don't get shit. And if you win, you get what you're supposed to get.
Yeah, I think there should be caps put on it. That's what I think. I really do. I think that there should be caps put on it. I think there should be enough to just so that, I mean, insurance it's necessary. You have to have insurance when you're in business or whatever. You have to have the insurance. So, but I just don't understand, like, at what point is it worth? At what point are we getting the value of what we're paying? Like, literally at this point, for myself personally, insurance-wise, I put up close to $3,000 a month for insurances. Literally, close to $3,000. And that's like, granted, that's the bar and that's cars and it's probably more than that. If I think about it, it's probably even more than that now that I think about it. Because it's it's probably even more than that. It's probably like 35, almost 4. That all just goes out to insurance. At what point is there enough value that America's doing that? You know what I'm saying? Even you, like, you don't even realize how much you pay your auto insurance. You got to have homeowner's insurance, and you got to have medical insurance, which you might not see because you're at work, but it's still coming out of your paycheck, because if they didn't have to pay that, they'd put more in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the carpenters' wages go, like, when they do get raises, a lot of it goes to medical insurance, which is basically just going to doctors who, whenever they do it, most of their bill is going to insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point are you getting the most bang for your buck is what I'm saying. Like, you'd almost better off to just, where everybody as a whole would be better off if there was a limitation on it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody on their whole would be better off if there's limitation on lobbyists too, like how much they could donate. But they're allowed to do like super PACs or whatever or something. Not sure how that works exactly. I don't know enough about that stuff, like super PACs and stuff like that. I don't really know how that works, but the super PACs definitely like work on your behalf. So they're not actually donating it to your campaign, but they're campaigning for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the same thing, though. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know.
Scam, man. Everything is a scam. Everything.
No, yeah, I don't disagree. But I think it's getting out of hand. I think it's gotten, I mean, and And the only way that you start is like it's like a Bernie Sanders type approach, like socialism is like how you start to think that you could fix that. That's giving them total control. You know you're going to get fucked over then. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only way that you could actually come to grips with that. But I just don't know how things got so. It's like even tips. I've said it on here. Like when we were kids, tips were 10%. Like you tip 10%. Now it's like 20. 20 is like 25 is like a super good tip. In fact, when you do like the computers pull up a tip, they offer you options. It's 15, 20, and 25. They don't even offer you 10% tip like as an option. And it's like it's a percentage basis. So it should have never changed.
I get what you're saying, but you can have all them barmaids mad at you.
but I get it. But it was always a percentage basis, so it should have never changed. When it's a percentage basis, it shouldn't change. Period. That's just the way it should be. I mean,
because if your bill went up, then your percentage went up, so then you're going to still pay.
The money went up. Right. Exactly. So it should never go up, but yet it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I get it.
And it just doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like that's how all of America is. And that the biggest thing is these fucking fees, dude, or these subscriptions and dude, my phone, like, because I get notifications whenever something gets like an automatic payment comes out for, dude, it's constant for freaking subscription shit. Like, you know, Netflix which I cancel my Netflix though because they donate a bunch of money to Kamala Harris. And my childish ass, they go, why are you canceling the subscription? I go, because I don't want my money going to Harris. Like they asked for that. That's what I said. I flat out said it right on there. Yeah, I canceled that shit. Fuck them. I'll probably be wanting to see something soon. You know what I mean? But not as of right now. It's canceled. But I haven't watched it much anyways. I don't watch a whole lot of it.
Did you see Adam Sandler got a new movie coming out? Or is that fucking AI bullshit?
What? What are you talking about?
It was
a second Simpsons. Happy Gilmore?
No, The Simpsons.
He's doing a Simpsons movie?
I don't know if it's fake, but it looked real.
Really?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, huh?
Yeah.
I like Adam Sandler.
I don't know if somebody made that up, but it looked pretty good. They had all the characters that looked like they'd be good for that character and shit. Yeah.
Dude, I think Theo Von's going to replace Joe Rogan. What do you think?
He's more interesting to watch.
I think so, too. I like him better. And he just did it. He just did an interview with Trump, Bernie Sanders.
That's a smart dude.
Jesse Murph.
He's silly and dumb. You know, like, just silly. But he's not a dumb dude.
Yeah, Jesse Murph. He's done a lot of, like, he's done a lot, dude. He's getting good interviews. Although Joe Rogan has, I think, turned down interviewing Trump, I believe.
Joe Rogan is
I don't think he's as good. When I watch him, I can't watch him as good as I can watch Theo Von. Theo Von is just better to watch.
But that's our style. You know what I'm saying? Joe Rogan got a lot of people watching him.
I get it, but I think Theo Von's going to step up and take it.
I don't think so.
I believe it's going to happen. I think he's better.
I enjoy watching him better too. But I'm saying Joe Rogan got a big more followers.
You think?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It'll be a long time. He'll retire before Vaughn goes higher than him, for sure.
I don't know. He's starting to really get some good ones, man. Right. And it's everywhere. It's like it's all over. The spectrum's everywhere.
Because he's everywhere. He does stand up. Joe Rogan.
Rogan does too, but
Vaughn's is good. I would never watch Rogan stand up. I never liked any of them.
No, they never were all that great. No, but he doesn't have. See, I was looking at that what I think that makes Theo Von so good. What he does better than we do with interviews. When we have interviews, we don't just hear their opinion in it, and you know what I mean. We kind of talk to him about everything, and we talk a lot. I think that's like he's good about that. Like Theo Von's really good about just hearing what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good about it and leading you. You know what I mean, a little bit. But Joe Rogan's not. Joe Rogan's gotten like fights with people that are in his like because he doesn't agree with them, like serious arguments, like. And I think that Theo Von approach is like that's really what you're there for. That's like
you're hearing their side.
You're not there to pick a side. You're just there to hear their.
That's like a bartender drinking with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You're there to not be part of the party.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that that's something I'd like to try and see if I could do better at. I think when I do an interview, just kind of hear what somebody has to say. You know what I mean? Instead of like, because that's I realized that when I looked at it. You know, like that's. I mean, and not saying that he doesn't do that, but I've seen him turn on people too, like legit turn on people.
Who Rogan?
Yeah, like just blow up.
But that's his style. That's his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the way he got where he's at.
But I get that, but maybe that's where you get where you're at. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, a lot of it's fear factor. You got
I honestly never heard of him until he had a podcast myself.
Are you crazy?
I swear to God, I never did. I never heard of him.
You never watched Fear Factor?
No, I didn't watch Fear Factor. Why would I watch Fear Factor?
Because it was very popular at the time.
What is it? What was it?
You don't remember where they had people come in and like eat bugs and shit? And then
I remember they had a show like that. I don't.
He was the host,
never.
But he had hair and he was skinnier.
Yeah, I never watched it.
What?
Ever. But I remember that was a thing. Like, they would have
big.
to eat bugs or do something or gross or something.
A thing of worms and all kinds of weird shit. Well, anyways, he was the host of that. Then I forget why Dana got him to do
the MMA.
Yeah, so he started hosting MMA for a long time, and then he got his podcast.
Yeah, I never heard of him until he was on his podcast.
Fear Factor, he got followers from MMA, and then he started a podcast. So yeah, and then his stand up. So yeah, he's got a lot of followers.
Yeah, I still think Theo Vaughn's going to take him over. I think he will.
Okay,
that's just my opinion. I just want to see. I'm curious because I mean Theo Vaughn is making headway. Like Theo Vaughn
that's like Dr. Phil and Oprah. He never went above her. You know what I'm saying?
No, because she would have had him killed.
Oh, shit. Oh, you never know what Joe Rogan might do. No, I'm just saying. That's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it, though?
Look, he wasn't as popular until he started going on the Rogan show. For sure. 100%.
Who, Dr. Phil?
No. Vaughn.
Oh, Theo Vaughn. No, that's what made him. Joe Rogan brought him on.
He was out there before that. He was on stage and he was singing.
No, yeah. No,
he was
you're
a
right.
popular person, but that's what made him when he went on to Joe Rogan, just like Dr. Phil when he went on.
And he's friends with Rogan and Dana both.
Yeah.
I think Dana's actually the one that put together the Trump interview, actually, he said.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I think that's what he said. But I mean, I just honestly, I like his style better. I think it's funnier. I think it's easier to watch, and I think he's good at it. Actually, like he's good at like having a serious conversation in a funny way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Way better than me. Like I mean, and then he's just like some of that shit. That fucking Cat Williams things is still the funniest thing.
I think
that's
it's funny,
the
but I don't
funniest
think
shit
it's
I
as
ever.
funny as you think.
Oh my god, dude! I fucking died laughing when I seen that. Like it was, and he plays it good, like because you know he knows what it is. But it was just so goddamn funny.
Oh, yeah.
I got a Christmas Cat Williams.
A black nutcracker.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, he was funny. He was like they had him discounted. I didn't think they should be.
Yeah. It was two. I bought one.
No, he's funny as shit. But yeah, he did a good job with Trump, and he did a good job with Bernie Sanders.
Well,
and I believe that Bernie Sanders is a good person in his soul. Like I think he's a good man, Bernie Sanders. I really believe that. But I don't like his policies because he wants a socialist society. And most people that want a socialist society want it for a good reason. Like they really want it because they believe that, you know, because the core thing is that everybody's equal. Everybody gets the same. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is it builds a lazy society because why work if you're getting the same as the next guy? And you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't work, and it's never worked, and it's always fallen apart when they put it out there. But I mean, that's why he wants it. You know what I mean? Is because, you know, he's a good dude. I think he's a good person in his soul, honestly. Like, I don't think that just because he's wrong doesn't make him a bad person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like even Obama. I never thought Obama was a bad person. I just didn't like his policy. He just, like, he never wanted, like, welfare reform or anything like that. He, like, thinks that it's, like you're going against the welfare system and helping people, and that's not the case. Welfare reform was to get people, off of welfare so that they can earn their own living. It's not like you wanted to leave them in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
homeless.
another thing needs redone. That's crazy. Well, actually, it's better now than when we was younger. Huh? Everybody lived on that shit.
I don't know, because now, see, back then it was different. Like you either worked or you were on welfare when we were kids. And now it's like you work and you get all the benefits. Like there's like people that are working and they're still getting like the free housing or the discounted housing. They're still getting food stamps. They're still getting medical and things like that. And
Shit, I need food stamps. What are you talking about?
there's a lot of them that do it that way. And I like that work at like Walmart or something part-time. And I see it here because we hire people and they limit. No, I can only work 3 days. Not because they're lazy, but they'll lose their benefits if they work more than that. Like in the kitchen, we've had people do that. And, like the one kid that worked for us at one time, he had, 2 kids. His wife had died, I think in a car accident or something. And he's supporting 2 kids and this and that. But if he works more, he don't have medical benefits for him. He can't give that up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, it's really just helping these other companies that are employing these people for less than what, you know what I mean? Like a Walmart or something. You're employing these people and not supplying them with benefits. And if you work them all part-time, you don't have to supply them with benefits, but then they can go get free benefits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So I think it's
a catch
worse in
22.
a way, I think, because it wasn't that way when we were young.
I don't know.
It really wasn't that way when we were young. When we were young, it was more like you were either on it or off it. You know what I mean? You weren't like
In between?
yeah, you weren't
Limbo?
in between. Yeah, you weren't. Because I remember my mom, like when she went, because my mom was on it, and we lived in the projects and stuff. And I think back then, if I remember right, I think when we moved in the projects, we actually got a check every month to live there, because what we had to pay for rent, I think, was nothing. But then what we had to pay for utilities, I think, was enough that they gave us money towards the utilities. So we actually got welfare plus a check towards utilities to live there, I think, if I remember right. And then she started working just part-time at the college. And it's like, as soon as she did, like, you couldn't afford the place no more. You had to pay all the bills, everything. That was it. That was a wrap. So that's when she went to work at Lorraine Products. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how it was back then, I think. I don't think that there was a whole lot of this in between. And that's a lot of these. And granted, a lot of them are single parents, single mothers, or single fathers, or whatever that, I'm not saying they don't need it. And it is a good way to keep a path off of welfare where you're like at least making productive members of society, helping them out. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's something, but I think it's worse in that aspect is all I'm saying.
See, I might be totally wrong. Which
You probably are.
Probably never. But anyways, I thought welfare back when it originally started was for people that did work and that they was in between jobs. I don't think it was made for a lifestyle.
No, it never should have been. No, it never was. But there's people that's how it works.
I know, but I'm saying it wasn't originally made for that.
No, and there's and people don't understand, like when you get in like the projects, these people, like, they raise their kids on welfare, and their kids just get old enough to get welfare themselves, and then they get their own apartment in the projects, and then they just continue to, and they start raising their kids on welfare. It happens. I've seen it. I know it happens. I've watched it. I still know a lot of people I grew up with in the projects. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of them are that I grew up with in the project are in the projects right now still. You know what I mean? And it's not saying it's a bad thing, but there's got to be like some sort, like my mom and they started going to college. Honestly, I think they were all doing it because there was like a whole thing where like
you get like a little bonus when you're
if you did it just right. If you did it just right, like you could get enough, like you had to schedule the right amount of credits and stuff. You could get enough to get your college and get a nice little refund from all the money they gave you for the thing. So
I
they
don't
might.
think there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't. And honestly, it was the best scam in the world because all of her friends that did that, none of them are on welfare no more. They all work. They all went to college and they all work. And I mean, at first it started as a scam, but then once they started getting a little more educated and started like, you know, feeling a value and a worth, they just started doing their thing. You know what I mean? And that's I think a huge come up for it or a huge way to do it. I mean, if you can just trick them in that way, you know what I mean? It's not tricking them, but it is. You know what I'm saying?
And it's giving the motivation. That's all it is.
Yeah, because a lot of people just feel like they can't do it. That's I think the biggest thing. Like people that are people that are in that cycle of like welfare, they just don't feel like they can do it. They just feel like
this is it.
Yeah, like they don't want to rock the boat because the benefits are there. You do have a place to live. You do have medical if something happens.
Heat in the winter.
You do have heat in the winter. You do have, I mean, so they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to mess that up. But they're not dumb people. They know how to navigate that system and get what they needed to get out of it. I wouldn't know how to do that. I mean, I'm sure if I had to, I could figure it out. But I mean, that's not like that's an easy task to get to navigate all that. I wouldn't think.
And the budgeting your money like that, you know what I'm saying?
Who budgets their money? They go, you see them shopping carts on the first of the month? There ain't no budgeting going on.
But you know what I mean? Well, there ain't much to live on, so you got to budget.
Nah, that's not how it works. See, you never lived in the projects.
Shit.
We eat good the first 2 weeks, and we got to go find some friend's house to go to the next 2 weeks.
We got them motherfucking welfare blocks. Don't even think we didn't. Big old welfare cheese, man. I love that shit.
I did too. It was so good. I like them canned, like that canned pork and stuff too, like the canned beef, canned pork. We'd make pastelillos out of that. Oh my God, they were good. So good. Season them up. No, they were delicious. No. Then
the grilled cheese with that cheese.
Oh, that was hitting. But you know what was horrible though? The worst thing ever was that powdered milk. Did you ever have the powdered milk?
No.
Oh yeah, that's what they give you. Like it was powdered milk. You had to mix it in water. It was horrible.
Probably got it. But you probably gave it away to somebody else.
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. We always had milk. You eat your cereal with that a couple times, you want to go get a job. I'm telling you. Like, this is bullshit.
2 hours a week overtime.
And then you start working like construction, lumping shingles up the ladder, and all of a sudden you're going, that powdered milk wasn't that bad. I think I could do some powdered milk.
Yeah, we used to get that cheese. What else did we used to get? It was like, the orange juice. We used to get orange juice.
Yeah, the orange juice was good. The black and white cartons, cheese in the black and white carton of orange
all good
juice.
Shit. It was just generic boxes. That's all it was.
That cheese was banging. That cheese was the best cheese ever.
Yeah.
That they need to make that cheese and sell it. Where? I'd buy it.
It's probably at a deli. The same cheese. The big old block of cheese. The American cheese.
I'd like to know which one it is because it ain't never been the one I had. I ain't had that same.
Yeah.
You make mac and cheese out of that shit. Oh my God. It was so good. Yeah, we used to love that shit. But I liked the pulled pork and all that stuff too. I liked all of it. None of it mattered. We used to get, because we would go to neighborhood house. Did you used to go to neighborhood house or no?
No.
Yeah, see, that was the projects thing, I think, the neighborhood house. They'd make us lunches, but that's where all that stuff would come in at. They would bring it in on a truck to the neighborhood house, and then that's where you'd go pick it up or disperse it or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if everybody picked it up there. I don't know how it worked.
We had it delivered.
It was delivered?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It was delivered to your house?
I think so.
By what? A crackhead down the street?
Maybe, but we got it. I might be wrong. I could have swore we got it delivered.
No, like Herman, who was like my stepdad back then. That's what he would, when the trucks would come in, he would go volunteer to unload the trucks.
So you guys got the extra ones, didn't you?
Oh, for sure, 100%. Yeah, we got a little extra. Not great,
right.
nothing
An
crazy, but a little extra.
Here.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
And then my mom would go down to Fligner's and get like a case of chicken for like back then. I forget what it was, like, because like you say, budgeting for your money or whatever. She'd get a case of chicken, at the first of the month, and we had chicken every. Dude, I got so sick of chicken. Like I didn't want to see chicken again in my life. We'd have everything chicken, like fried chicken, chicken soup, chicken baked chicken. I was like, I felt like Forrest Gump when he was
Shrimp.
talking about the shrimp. Yeah, that's all we did. It was like, God damn, man. But it was cheap. I mean, I can't remember. I wish I could remember what she paid for a case of chicken, but it was
She ain't text you.
cheap as shit. I don't think she's on right now. She's on a weird schedule where she works nights now, so it doesn't like she's probably sleeping because she works third shift. So I think she gets up and wakes up and goes to work. You know what I mean? I think. I don't know. That's a stupid system. I don't like working. Do you ever work third shift?
Yeah, briefly. I didn't like this shit.
It's horrible, right? Like waiting all day to go to work.
Oh, and then when the light comes back out.
That's horrible. That waiting to go to work. Like I get up in the morning and then I like to take my time to get up and go, but I couldn't imagine like that doing that all the time. I've done it, but I hate it.
When I was
every
at
time.
terminal, we had to go in at 3.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then when you go in, and you're in the dark till about 6, and then our sun comes up, and you think you'd be like get a second wind. Oh, it made it worse. Like, oh shit. Yeah, I didn't like that.
I mean, the third shift's always the only thing is we took advantage usually on third shift
Oh,
jobs.
yeah.
Usually we
Find a place to take a nap.
not really that so much, but like leave early and stuff. Like there's
Yeah.
nobody there catching us type stuff.
Now nowadays, cameras everywhere.
Well, I like Chris. When I worked for Chris, it was always you got paid 8 for 7. That was usually, and a lot of people I think still do that with the Carpenters
Yeah.
Union, 7 for 8. Because I did that actually not too long ago when I worked at the hospital, like maybe 10 years ago. I worked at St. John West Shore, and we had to do it all at night. And we were getting 7 for 8. And actually, we were getting some hour
8 for
nights. We were
7.
getting 4 for 8. You know what I mean? We were getting 8 for 4 hours
Right.
because there we were tearing down ceilings,
Mhm.
and then they'd have to replace whatever underneath. Then we had to put the ceiling back up. So they would only want us to do what we could put back up that night. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times we were literally like few hours only, and we're still getting paid for our 8, which was kind of cool. So there was that part of it that was pretty neat, but most of the time I hated it.
Remember
I
the
absolutely hated
garbage bin used to be running? Remember that shit?
it. No, what are you talking about?
They'd have a route, and they'd have to. If they did their route, they got paid for their 8. So if they done it in 4, they got it. You know, remember they used to run? You don't remember that shit?
I never paid no attention to garbage men.
Oh man, they'd run. They'd be throwing that shit, running. Bag bust. They'd be all pissed off, grabbing that shit, throwing it in the truck, sweeping it up real fast, throwing it. Just be running because they got paid for when. If they got it done in 3 hours, they got paid for 8.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I didn't
don't
know
think
that.
they do it now like that, but they used to be running.
My buddy Jason used to work on that truck. Jason Brown, the taper. He was here last night, actually. That's how he got into taping, as they freaking went to those automated, and he lost his job. He had to start doing something else. But yeah, that was a lot. That was a good job back then too, right?
Oh yeah, Carpenter used to make good money.
Do they still or no?
I think they make good money, but not like they used to.
Well, I think that's true with everybody. It's true with the carpenters, everybody. I mean, like I said, wages just aren't keeping up.
Well, you got one guy in a truck instead of 3.
Yeah.
That's why they would be running. Get that shit done.
Yeah, but they were. I mean, you had to put everything in by hand, anyways.
Yeah,
Anything too.
they did not.
Anything. Like you could put a couch back then. Like just throw a couch
Well,
at
you
the
still
curb
can now.
once a week or something. You can.
Yeah, once a week. You take your trash out.
No, once a month. I mean.
No, it's once. Not Lorraine. Lorraine, you can put it out all every day. It don't matter.
You can?
Mhm.
Really?
I think we pay more. I'm not sure. But
Really?
yeah.
Ours is once a month.
Wow.
They do bulk pickup once a month.
Mm-mm.
And it's a limit too. Like they'll do X amount of extra garbage bags, and that or one big
I might
item
be
or
mistaken,
something.
but I think Lorraine is unlimited. You just put it out there.
I don't think that's true. Because they went to the automated, right?
Yeah, but they go by, and then the automated tells the other ones if there's a big thing at a certain house, and then the other truck comes with a couple guys, and they just throw it all in there.
Huh. Yeah, ours is once a month only, and everybody I know is once a month. I've never talked to anybody in Lorraine about it though. And when I was in Lorraine, we didn't have that. When I was in Lorraine, we had
Once a month.
the weekly normal garbage pickup. You know what I mean?
I don't know. They put it out there all the time like that.
Huh.
Maybe on my block. I don't know.
you ever used to go garbage picking or no?
No,
You never did that?
never.
My mom used to do that shit. I used to go with her. We'd go gold mine. We'd go find all kinds of good shit.
Listen, my friends, he used to be a garbage man, him and his brother. And him and his son was riding by because he'd take the scrap metal and he'd set it behind the truck somewhere. And then when he got off of work, he'd throw it in his car and go to the scrapyard. So he was riding with his kid. His kid was probably 7 years old. And he goes, Dad, look, copper. And he goes, that's my boy. Pulled over.
No, we would go like my mom would furnish her whole house. People would come over and be like, "Man, your mom got a nice ass apartment.
I
It's
got
nice as hell."
confirmation. Yes, you can put bulk up every week.
You did? You got that from someone?
Yep.
Really?
Every week.
Well, that's different. That's better than what that is. My house, we can't do that. Yeah, we can't do that.
Is your water tied in with your?
Mm-mm.
See, that's what I'm saying. Ours is different.
No, it's not. We pay so many freaking bills. It's our water bill now has become 4 different bills. There's water, sanitation, sewer,
Runoff.
and now there's a new one for septic because I have a septic. I have to pay another one to the health department yearly.
Wow.
So that's 4 different bills that all have to be, and I have to pay it here too. And I don't know why I don't have a septic here, unless it's because of the grease trap. Maybe I don't know. Or is it everybody getting that bill? I don't know.
Hey, what about them companies that are running around like your electric? They sign you up for that electric bullshit, and then you pay that company to pay your. You know what I mean?
I don't understand that either.
I'm like, how the fuck they make money? They say they're saving you money. I'm like, I refuse to take. I'm like, hell no, get out of here.
Well, when I signed up with them the one time, and my bill got so outrageous, I was like, this is crazy. And then when I called Ohio Edison, they said, well, if you wouldn't have kept us as a server. Or if you would have kept us as a server, you would have saved X amount. And I'm like, what the hell? So then, now I've said, okay, I don't want to pick you know what I mean? Like I opt out of it every time. Then they're telling me I have to pick somebody. Like you have to pick somebody, and it's like, what do you mean you have to? I thought before you yelled at me, but like if I wouldn't have picked somebody, it's just I don't understand that whole bullshit. I don't even think it should be legal.
Look, they're telling me because of the gas line. Because I'm the homeowner, they're like, you got to pay. Well, you ain't got to, but you could opt to pay this extra insurance for your gas line from your house to the street. And I'm like, for what? And I'm like, if it goes out, I have to just pay to get it fixed. You know what I'm saying? Why am I going to pay this insurance? I'm like, I'll dig that shit out my damn self.
That's how they are.
I have a plumber come hook it up. That's all. I'm like,
Right.
nah, I ain't doing that shit. And it's literally probably 25 feet from the street.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that,
I'm not, I'll hand dig that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not paying that extra. And they keep sending me like, oh, your last chance. I've had 10 last chances. This is your last chance to get in. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you.
No, the bills are outrageous, and that's how everybody's making their money nowadays. It seems like on fees and subscriptions
some
and
bullshit.
Shit. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But that whole garbage picking thing. Back to the garbage picking thing. My mom, people would think that our house was hooked up, like it was nice as hell. They'd be like, "Man, this is like decorated night." It was all from the garbage. Everything. She picked everything in her house. I mean, every last thing. And it was so bad. And I mean, we were poor. We didn't have the money. It was so bad. People would come over and be like, I used to have one like that. And I would just in my head be laughing.
That's it.
It was probably that one. Did it have a scratch right here?
Yeah. Is that your initials on the side?
Yeah. Legit, dude. That's how bad it was.
We'd get stuff from other people, but we wouldn't go.
No, we would literally go on a run. Like it was like on Monday night in a nice neighborhood or something.
Yeah,
my mom would have to go borrow my grandpa's, car or whatever. We'd go look for stuff. We'd go and grab some shit up. Yeah.
The only thing I got from the garbage is like a couple old lawnmowers or something that I was like, oh, I need that part.
Yeah, I did that. I bought one, or I grabbed one from the garbage across the street. Like literally the day I moved into the house on Willow, the day I moved in, I didn't have a mower. And the guy, Joe, my grandma's boyfriend, brought us over a mower to cut the grass the first day we were in there. And I look across the street and there's one sitting over there. And I went, dude, I used that mower forever. It actually just got run over not too long ago. I used that thing. It was like a Toro. There was nothing wrong with it. He had put too much oil in it. You know what I mean? I literally just took the oil out and ran it. It was nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
That's what was wrong with that last bike I had. Remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, why is all this oil all over? I'm like, oh, I bought a piece of shit. And then I'm looking and I'm like, it ran like shit and everything. So I just looked and opened up the oil thing, and it was all the way to the top. I said, who's the idiot? So I just got a turkey baster, pulled some of that oil out, got it right, cleaned it up, changed the plugs. It ran perfect. There was nothing wrong.
That's what I did. Yep. And that Toro lasted me forever. I mean, it was a Toro, but it wasn't like self-propelled. But it was still a good ass mower. That thing worked forever.
I know people that swear by them things, like the ones with no propel, just basic.
Yeah, just push it. Yeah, because the propels sometimes are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, the belts break.
And then they just
cables.
Like the one I got now, that DeWalt one I just got is a rear-wheel drive, and it just doesn't.
It don't feel right.
No, I like the one I had was front wheel, which is kind of nice. You could push it up, like you could lift up on the back, and it would just drag you there. This one you kind of got
to the side.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't care for it too much. Yeah. Especially my yard's all fucked up. Like it needs rolled and stuff. Now that we've fucked with it, but I still need to get more.
Yeah, next spring.
Yeah,
do it nice. It's almost there now.
No, but it needs to get fine-tuned. I want to get it done this fall, though. I want to get it done this fall and then seed it and have it ready so that next spring it's done, looking good and fresh. You know what I'm saying? And they say that that's the best time to seed your lawn is in the fall. That's what everybody says. Everybody I've ever talked to always says the fall is the best time to seed your lawn. I don't know why. Nobody's ever gave me the science behind it or anything.
Just it is. Just take their word for it.
Well, maybe. Maybe I should just do that. Just take their word for it.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, so Jelly Roll this weekend this week on Wednesday. That was pretty sweet. Jelly Roll, Oliver Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
We went out there. Amanda wouldn't let me take the fucking boat.
It was too choppy.
Yeah, Tuesday was like some 5-footers, so that made sense.
I seen it.
Yeah, it was rough. But then Tuesday night, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty calm. We go down there and look, and she's like, yeah, I still don't think that'd be a nice ride. I don't want to do it. So I'm like, okay, fine. Then the next one I did was Wednesday morning. We went down. I had to drive down to the beach and look and see, okay, does it look okay or does it not look okay? She's like, no, it don't look okay. But I'm looking and it's like, I don't know. I think it's fine. I think we can make it. It's no big deal. She didn't want to do it. So then I'm like, forget it. I'm not going then. I'm not taking a boat to Put in Bay. I'm not doing it. I mean, we went drinking down at Rudy's.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went back to the boat, drank, and we had a good time. It was fun. But the final thing, she just decides, well, the ferry's they're gonna run everybody after the concert. So I'm like, fuck it, okay. We already got the tickets. You know what I mean? I spent like $300 each or something for the ticket. So we ended up taking the ferry over there. So I've been to Put in Bay 3 times this year, not once with the boat yet. Every time, because Amanda gets nervous about taking the boat. She's too nervous about that thing. And then it stresses me out even more because she's nervous about it. She gets nervous, gets me nervous. Not nervous, but gets me, I don't know. I don't know what it does. But it's too much with her in the boat.
How many times you had the boat out this year?
3 times, twice, 3 times, something like that. 2 or 3 times.
Damn, I don't know nothing about boats, but you're going to have to show me so I could enjoy it. I'm like, you got this nice boat sitting here all fucking winter or summer.
Yeah, I know. It's got to go. It's not got to go, but I got to get it out more.
Yeah,
I love it, dude. I love that thing. There's nothing better. Like, I like going to the islands with it and shit. Like, it's fun. But
it's insured pretty good, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, then I'll take it.
Yeah, it's insured.
Hey, can you put that up? That picture I just sent you?
I can. I gotta have to email it to myself. I can email it to myself.
Oh my god, that shit was so funny.
So what is that a picture of exactly?
Okay, look. What day was that? I don't know, but anyways, I get sent on a job, So I go, this is how Mexicans get shit done, though.
That sounded racist, just so you know.
Why? Because I complimented on how they get stuff done. Anyways, I was like, man, just the way you would do it is different from the way they did it. But they got it done. That's what I'm saying. They'll still get it done. So we go, I go to the job. They sent me to this job. It's 10 yards on the lake, off the cliff, off the chute, into a homemade ramp.
What do you mean?
Look at the pictures.
No, but I'm saying no. But I mean, people are listening, not watching the picture.
Well, I'm explaining it why you put the picture up.
I'm trying to. It's going to take me a minute to get it up there, but I will.
So, anyways, the guy backs me up to the cliff. Says wet it up. It hits this chute, but the way I'm shooting it, it's going before the chute and going behind it. So then they was like, speed it up. So I was like, okay. Man, that shit was splattering all over them, but they got it done.
So
there's other ways to do it is all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm looking at the picture now, and so are they if they're looking. But, okay, so you basically, I don't get it. So how long is your chute right there?
It's like 12. No, it's more than that. It's like 15 feet maybe.
So it's 15 feet down the hill.
No. The chute is 15 feet.
That's what I'm saying. Going down the hill.
Going down the hill.
Going down the hill. And then that looks like it's dropping 8 feet from there, 10 feet.
Oh, it's more like 15.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks like less, but okay. And then that's just going on to
a homemade ramp.
And then they're pulling it down?
Pulling it down to where they need it. But they got it done, I'm telling you.
That whole picture just looks like an OSHA violation.
No, that's how you do it.
It just looks like an OSHA violation to me.
Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable doing it, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm just looking I'm trying to figure out what they're pouring there. So they're making like a patio out there or a dock?
Kind of like a break wall.
Okay.
Kind of like a dock kind of thing.
Okay, I see it now. I'm starting to see it.
Yeah. Blow it up on your phone, you'll see it better.
I'm blowing it up on here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm blowing it up and looking at it right now. So how thick is this pour? It looks like it's like 12 inches thick.
Oh, it's probably more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. So how many trucks had to do this?
Just mine. That was 10 yards.
It's only 10 yards. What about the other spot? They're going to do more, though, right? Looks like there's more there to do.
I don't know. But anyways, that was the outside edge. Here's the thing. Here's the issue I have with this whole thing. If you see that board right there where the guys are standing on the outside of that board,
yeah,
that is so dangerous.
Yeah, because if it pushes out or whatever.
If it just blows out on them.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like they have anything supporting it or forming it.
Yeah. So I was like, wow. But yeah, I dumped it all.
What's that pipe that's there?
That's just a drain line for something. But I was way over that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
What's this hole right there? That whole thing just does not look good. There's nothing good going on in this photo.
Listen, all I did was bring the concrete. That's it. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
They
like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's wild. They're just doing it with the ramp on. So how much of that ramp is there? Like 8 feet, 9 feet?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of see it here. You can't really tell.
Right, because there's concrete on it.
Because there's concrete on it. But if you look to the left of that pipe right there where I'm pointing with my pointer, you can see like the sidewall. Like they must have like put plywood with a 2x6 on the side of it, right? Is that what it is?
I don't know, man. I thought this shit was so crazy. But look at the splatter to the left.
Oh, yeah, everywhere.
Oh, my God.
Everywhere.
Look, it's like 16, 17 feet up, splattering down on this board, and it's just splattering all over these guys. And they're just looking like, yeah, keep it going. Good job. I'm like, okay, here it comes. I was like, what the fuck?
That's some funny shit.
Oh, my God. And I'm trying to sneak the picture where they don't see me, you know. I'm like, look at this shit here. People don't believe me. I'm like, yeah, this is how my everyday life is.
This is life in a day of Guido.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, people don't believe this shit. I'm like, yeah, off a cliff, down, hits this chute, barely. Splatters all over the fucking place.
Everywhere, dude. It's everywhere. It looks like it's out like 12, 14 feet.
Oh, yeah, easy. And then
it's crazy.
And they're just thumbing up me and stuff. Good job there, buddy. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, my God. So How would you normally think you would do that? With like what you said something before?
Look, they got this thing. It's called an elephant trunk, and you hook it on the end at the very end of your chute, and it's a big funnel. It's got chains on it, and you put it on the end of the chute, and then it's got a long tube. It's rubber or whatever, and then it slides down there, and you can control it. You know what I'm saying? And just
Kind of like those dumpsters, right? When you do dumpsters off the five or something like that, similar like that.
But it's this big. It's
like Macaulay Culkin went down in the one. Yeah.
But it's this big, and it's like a rubber kind of material. And when it slides down, you can control it. You can kind of move it where you want it.
How do you clean that thing out?
Just rinse it down with the hose.
And that's it. It comes right out.
Yeah. So I'm like, and most companies like my company or Terminal or anybody, they got chutes you can rent. Like they'll send it to the job with you, and then you're renting it to them for cheap, whatever.
Yeah, right. They just want to sell the concrete.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. If this is gonna make it easier for you,
No,
just let it splatter all over the place.
Maybe they don't know about the trunk. I mean, maybe they don't know.
No, I get that, but they're still gonna get it done, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. I mean, but to these guys, do you ever port for them any other work time?
I've never poured for them.
They might not even be concrete guys. You know what I mean? They might not know nothing about any of it.
No, because the finished work I seen they was doing a good job. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, but
so they're concrete guys. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was. I was really like, I don't know if you want to say impressed or in shock or what.
Shock, impressed, whatever it is.
Disgusted,
I was that.
Whatever. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, people, when I say this shit, they're like, no. I'm like, this shit splattered the fuck everywhere. There's probably fish eating rocks. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, it got the job done. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'd like to see the finished product, but
it seems like an awful lot of guys there though for 10 yards. That's like twice the amount of guys we had in my driveway for 30 yards.
But I just did not like that. See how they're standing on the outside of that board? I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, if it pushes, I get it. Yeah.
I was like, man, that's like being in one of them holes, and then you got the sidewalls to hold you. You know what I'm saying? The dirt out.
But there's not something behind them, so it's not like that dangerous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in the hole, if it collapses, you're trapped. That one, he would be thrown into the lake or something.
Okay, it's less
maybe
dangerous, but it looks dangerous to me.
Yeah, it's probably. Well, I don't know why there's no shoring there. I don't see nothing. I don't see a whaler on it. Nothing. It's just like a piece of plywood just sticking there.
Yeah, that thing blows out, and them guys, they're under the board with concrete on top of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it, but whatever. That's their shit. But, whew.
He might have been in the lake if it blew out.
Right. You're fishing.
I think that would have been safer to be in the lake than to land like on that pier or whatever.
When the guy told me back up and I'm setting up and stuff, and I'm looking like, what am I doing here? Like, where's the trunk? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna shoot it in that chute, and it's gonna slide down to where we need it. I said, okay.
That's big money, man. If you do those, that one guy, that's all he does. The one that Anthony used to go to that. Did you ever go to that party, that 4th of July party that he used to have? It was in Avon Lake. I think Beth was friends with him or something. Somehow Beth knew him, or maybe was even related. I'm not sure. But Anthony always helped him with it. But it was on, I kind of remember, I think it was like the 3rd of July, he would do this huge party. And that's what he did for a living, was built break walls and stuff. But he's got like his own marina, probably like a 15-slip marina in his backyard.
Oh, yeah?
And then he's got like his cliff is like done up. Like there's like 3 different layers to it. He'd have a stage and food. He'd do this open to the public party, dude. Anybody was welcome. He'd have 3 or 4 pigs on a spit, like live music, everything for free. No charge for anything. He'd put off like probably a $10,000-$15,000 fireworks show. It was awesome. I went only twice, and I absolutely loved it. And I wanted to go back again, and then I heard that he doesn't do it no more because he was having people who were starting to learn about it, and he was starting to get like riffraff coming.
Right. You know who did that too was Russ that owned Tuffy's.
Tuffy's, like the auto place.
Mm-hmm.
What
he
did
used
he
to have nice parties over there, and some people came and just started like taking the beers and shit.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit
like,
he had
fuck,
going on.
That's
like
just so.
Yeah, I mean,
But
the
he
guy
wasn't
was doing.
open. He had it open for everybody.
That's
to
how
come.
this guy was.
Yeah.
It was completely open in the public.
And people
Anybody could
started
come in.
acting stupid, and he was like, "Man, I ain't doing this no more." I was like, "That's fucked up," because he did it for years.
Yeah, I think I was wondering if he got like his money from politicians. This guy, because there was always like people running for something there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wondered if that was like part of what it was, or maybe he was doing it so that maybe he was doing it as a favor to somebody he wanted to get in the office too. Maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? But he made a lot of money, dude. And that's all that guy did was like those break walls and building. That's big money, man, and that stuff. Big. I mean, it costs big money too to have that equipment, though. But not if you do it like this. Charge big money and get a sheet of plywood and about 5 Mexicans, 6 Mexicans. We could get rich. You should have got their number.
Nope. Man, I'll tell you what, man. Like I said, they got it done.
That's all that matters.
It's done.
That's all that matters.
Oh my
So
God.
Bert was bitching that we're too political on here. We don't say nothing funny no more. And I go, like, what are you talking about? So he's talking about Tia, that one when we did with Tia, because it's all political or whatever. I go, you know,
That's local,
better
man.
than half of that fucking show was about ugly strippers. And I thought that was funny. I mean, that's better than half the show goes to ugly strippers. So I think that's a well-balanced.
Yeah, that was well balanced. I thought it was well balanced.
I mean, I don't know if it was. I thought so, anyways. And I you know, but with the elections
we're a little
coming
biased.
up, yeah,
They're all great. All our shows.
all of them are the best.
Yeah,
The best.
every one of them's the best. How's that possible though?
But you know what's cool with Bert though? One thing that's cool about Bert, he's a Rover's Morning Glory guy.
Yeah.
So he listens to Rover every day, except Mondays. On Mondays he listens to Madhouse in the morning. You know what I mean? So that's kind of a big compliment, honestly, because I mean Rover's one of the best at what he does. Although I don't think his show, when I put it on anymore, it's not like it used to be. I used to love that show. I'd watch it, listen to it every morning, but I put it on now and it doesn't catch my attention no more. Half the time Rover's not even in studio. He's
Right.
working it from home.
I think ours could be a lot better. I gotta put more time into it.
I do too. I mean, we both could do it. But I think like I said with the interviews, I think we got to try and be more of a Theo Vaughn with it. I like not like the funny part of it, but like letting them say what they have to say and just
What do you mean?
have no opinion about it. I
No
mean,
opinion?
you don't have to have 100% of it. Theo Vaughn doesn't. Theo Vaughn does that interview, dude. You couldn't tell me if he was supporting Trump or not. But he's had Bernie on there. You didn't know if he was supporting socialism or not. He's just doing his show. I mean, that's really your job, is just to do the show. It's not.
We didn't get paid for this. Ain't our job.
And we did get paid for it a little bit.
Goes back into it. So
Yeah. But did you want to know where we're at right
what? $30.
now? It's better than that.
Yeah.
It's actually better than that. I was shocked. I hadn't looked at it in like 6 months, probably 4 months.
But listen, at this point, it's going to take you about 20 years to pay for this equipment.
Oh, and then some, and then some. But yeah, it was. I just looked at it. I was shocked that it was there. I was like, I should use that to do something with it because it's starting to get a little bit better. You know what I mean? So I was wondering what we could do with it to like for something for the show or whatever. You know what I mean? And let me tell you where it's at. Now we've been doing it almost 2 years, year and 8 months, right? A year and 8 months.
You got enough to buy one monitor?
No, not that much. No, hold on. I'm going to tell you. Hold on. Here it goes. There it is. 411.57.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's the lights, I think.
That's more than I. that's more than I would have thought it was going to be. I was still thinking it was going to be like under 200. So I was shocked that the ads and stuff that went through got it up that high. I was shocked.
How many of the lights did you buy with that?
Those lights were cheap.
Yeah.
I did nothing. It's just so much of it. It costs that much. But yeah, I bet you there's 10 grand in here right now. In the studio, like 10, somewhere around there. That's a lot of fucking money for something we're just playing with. But then I think about it, and it's like there's people that like their hobby is like hot rods, and they'll put 35 grand into a car that's worth 12. You know what I mean? So I don't feel that bad about it.
Plus, you like to hear yourself talk.
Nah, not so much.
I'm just kidding.
I do like to like try and figure out what we could do better with stuff. You know what I mean? But I don't know how we go about that. Like really, it takes time. You just got to put time into it. Like that's what it takes. You got to really think about everything as you're going to do it, what you're going to put out there, how you're going to put it out there.
Yeah, like we do not sit around and come up with a game plan for the next week.
No, we come in. I put notes. In fact, I'll tell you what. This is as far as I got with my notes this week. And actually, it was a serious story that I was going to bring up, and it was about that Taco Bell. Did you hear about that Taco Bell?
Mm-mm.
Dude, in Stowe, this freaking some 25-year-old girl just graduated Cleveland State, you know what I mean, is at Taco Bell. Some asshole she don't even know, has no clue who this fucking guy is. Her name was Megan Kellman. This is the only thing that got on my notes, by the way. And we didn't even talk about it yet. How's that?
We'll end it on this.
I guess so. So she's 25 years old, just graduated Cleveland State. She's in Taco Bell, and this guy, Jason Williams, just rams into her fucking car at the drive-thru. I don't know why. She doesn't have no connection with him. There's nothing. She doesn't know who the guy is. Nothing. She tells the through the speakerphone. She tells him to call 911 or whatever. And dude's like gets out, starts getting irate, and fucking kills her, shoots her dead, and then fucking puts a gun under his chin and kills himself right in the drive-thru in Stowe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't hear nothing about it.
You haven't heard about that? Oh, it's fucking crazy. And they're saying that Jason Williams, like, his gun that he had is illegal because he was just pulled over, like, drunk. And they got body cam footage of him, like, drunk, and he had, at that time, stolen guns on him that weren't even, like, he stole them. Like, they were guns he had stolen. You know what I mean? And he was out on probation, or not probation, bond, for awaiting court for that, when he rams her and then just gets out and fucking kills her. Doesn't know her, nothing about her. 25 years old, dude. And how scary is that to think you're in a Taco Bell drive-thru? That could be the outcome. You just went to Taco Bell. That's all you did. Just went to Taco Bell. How many times have you been to Taco Bell?
Not many, though.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, or
Random,
McDonald's or Burger King, whatever.
Right.
You're just in a freaking drive-thru ordering food. Like, why the hell would that end in me getting shot? I mean, that
crazy,
doesn't make any sense. And in Stowe, you're not even East Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like, you're not in, like, a crime-ridden neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just random as fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, I didn't hear nothing about it because I've been working a lot this week.
Yeah, no, I seen that. That was disturbing. I was like, that's fucking insane. You know what I mean? And there's all kinds of reports, people that, like, watched it. There's other people in the drive-thru, like, seen it, like, seen what happened right in front of them. Like, the one that called 911 is like, yeah, he's here. They said, did the shooter leave? He goes, no, I just said he killed himself. He's laying there dead. Wow. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's bizarre. Damn. I mean, you get it when it's like, I don't want to say I get it because I don't ever get it, but like a girlfriend or, somebody went to something.
Yeah, some
There's
connection
no
to it.
connection,
Right,
none.
right.
That's what makes it scary. There's no connection. That's scary shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fuck that. But yeah, that was the only thing got in my notes, and we didn't even do any of that. That was nothing even talked about
That's
about
the
that.
only thing you got in your notes?
That was it. That's all I had put in.
That's what I was saying. We don't come in here like prepared, and I think it's pretty good, but we do need to.
No, we could put in the time and effort. We could make it like better for sure.
Yeah.
You could definitely like step up the game. You know? No, I mean, I'm saying you. I mean us.
Right,
both of us could step up the game. You more for sure. You definitely give very little when it comes to it. I mean, you never come in with like anything prepared.
I just showed you a picture. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you sent it to me in the show. I had to figure out how to email it to myself to get it on screen.
Hey, you're the one that's directing this shit.
But that would be nice. That would help if we had like but nobody's volunteered for it. But if anybody would want to do that, like Like come in and engineer and set up outside and like,
Have some knowledge.
oh, that would be fucking awesome. That would change everything. We could really do something different then.
And we could split that 400.
The 400.
What is that? How many years?
A year and like 8 months, I
A
think.
year and 8 months divided by what?
I'm trying to
might get
think. It might be
$1.50.
2 years now.
Yeah, it's close to it.
I think it might be. I'd have to go back and look at when we did our first episode. But I mean, we've been, I think, on video a year now almost, right?
I don't know about that.
I don't know when we went on video. I can't remember. I mean, first we were doing it like with those webcams up here, side by side and stuff. It might have been a year now. It might be close to that.
All right, well, let's wrap this one up.
Let's do it. Let's wrap it up. And we said it at the beginning of the show, but please go subscribe to YouTube, TikTok, follow us, and then share it with your friends so that they'll come visit us too and watch the show. We're getting out of here. Peace.